Alright, so got the Mini here at the in-laws farm, and they got this field here, and I guess, so they bought this farm back in 2000, I think, around that time, from obviously the guy that was farming it, the owners. And I think the previous owners were kind of using this as like their dumping pit. So you can see there's just trash and junk and stuff everywhere, a bunch of steel. Actually some kind of cool stuff, looks like some, what is that? Some old steel wagons or some sort, but don't know what they actually are. They got some cool old wagon wheels on them though. All this junk. And it just keeps going down. So I'm gonna try and get a bunch of this out of here, get it laid on the field edge, and see if I can't put it on a trailer and get it hauled away. Just clean it up a little bit, but to get in here I'm gonna have to knock a small tree or two or 3 or 4 over just to get back in here. So all right, well, let's get at it. I got the majority of that cleaned up. I'm going to try and take out this little hillside here so that I can get over there and get the rest of that stuff. That's the bigger stuff. That's going to be hard to get out, so that's going to be really heavy. Half of this stuff is frozen to the ground. You know, I can't even hardly dig in this ground, so we'll see what we can get done. If we can't get that out, we'll have to wait until it thaws out a little bit. Alright, kind of built myself a little pad here to get in and out. It's really tight quarters in here. I didn't want to knock too many trees down trying to clean this up, but this at least gives me the room to try and pull some of this out. So this is, like I said, this is going to be some heavy stuff, definitely frozen to the ground. We'll see what we can do. I can't get all of the trash and debris out. I'm going to try and bury most of what I can't get out. It's just so much little stuff. I mean, every time you take a scoop, you're digging up another level of trash. So I'll just get some of this dirt pushed on top of it, and hopefully make it look a little bit better. But all right, let's see if we can get this stuff out. Yeah, it's a pretty big fella there. Don't know how I'm going to get up to those unless I cut a different path in. I still don't know what these things were. Maybe some sort of old baler or something. I don't know, they're rusted all to hell though, so. Got this kind of pushed over. Get most of this stuff buried up when I'm done. This is the first pile. Got all that pulled out. Actually, this was part of that machine I just pulled out. I thought I saw like a, there you go. John Deere power unit. No idea what it was. Scrap metal now. There's a little bit of that John Deere green paint. All right, well, let's keep going at it. All right, so we're back here the next day. I actually didn't plan on running the machine today because I thought it was going to be a little soupy, but it's actually kind of dry down here, so except for right there, of course. So I guess I'll see if I can get that stuff out. That's the last of it, and then everything else here is just clean up. Now, I said I was going to try and save the wheels off of that wagon, but they're pretty damn seized up. They're pretty seized on there, so I don't think I don't have a torch or anything, and I brought a grinder and a sawzall, but I think you really need a torch to get those off. I'm gonna try and maybe pull this thing out without damaging them if I can, but I mean they're seized on there. If I were to be able to spin them, I could probably beat this pin out and get them off of there, But we'll see. I'll see if I can get see if I can even get in here at this thing. Progress. I guess I'll hook it up to the other side and just see if I can flop it over. There's someone jumping in here. Ideally, I can put it back on 4 wheels and drag it out of here, even if they are locked up, but probably ain't gonna happen. Let's give it a go. Not exactly what I had in mind, but it kind of worked. think that about completes us. I mean, I'll have to come through and clean this up when it's not so muddy. It's kind of impassable as is just because of how muddy and nasty it is. Half of the ground is frozen into like boulders and the other half is muddy, so I'll come back in here and clean all this up. It's like there's smaller scrap steel I have to get out too, but getting that thing out was the biggest hurdle. So looks like 2 of the wheels freed up on it when I was pulling on it, which is cool because I think I'll be able to knock those pins out and get them pulled off. I was kind of hoping that was going to happen. Glad we got it out in one piece. I guess it's just like an old baler, I guess. That's what all this kind of equipment was, old balers and stuff. Don't see any markings on it. I guess this would be so old that probably wouldn't have any, I would assume. I mean, it's not a rubber tired machine, so. But all right, well, now I just got to get all this loaded up on a truck. Alright, well, we got all that loaded up, so got this mostly cleaned up. I gotta drag this down, this wagon. I'm gonna drag it down by the road so it's more accessible because I still want to try and get these wheels off. They're actually pretty rusted through, which is kind of a shame. I think each one of them is rusted through in some area, but I'm sure we could find something to do with them. But got some trees pushed in, helped the farm around a little bit, even though I probably tore up a good 1/4 acre of winter wheat. What are you gonna do? Got some more trash and debris and stuff in here. I'll probably come through in the springtime and just pick up some of the stuff by hand that you can easily see. Like I said, when I was digging through here, it was just trash piled on trash. So this has been a dump for years, and trying to get all the individual pieces of trash up would be, you know, you'd have to do all that by hand. But I cut this trail through here. Hopefully, maybe in the springtime, I can convince the father-in-law to put a food plot up there for deer season. But yep. So let's get this all hauled down to the road, and then we'll get this pulled down with the Mini. Last load of stuff. So they're gonna have themselves a lawn ornament for a month or two, because I think I'm gonna need to buy a torch to get those wheels off. The two that freed up when I first drug the thing out looked like they were frozen solid again, which is just, I mean, it's 20 something degrees out, so it's kind of you know, normal. But yeah, I think I'm gonna need a torch to get these off, just because of how much materials are. But yep, old Mini did pretty good. We'll take it back to the house, take all that stuff to the dump, and call this complete.